Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, it's showtime!
Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide. It's your boy Big Will when I'm back with some boxing talk. What's good with your fam? Hey, yo. What's up with Billy Joe Saunders, man? Is he scared now or what? Is the lights, camera, action getting to the boy from the UK or what? You know, he making all these complaints and not showing up to the face-off and, you know, talking about the ring ain't big enough and, you know, the judges and, I mean, god damn. What's up, Billy Joe? I thought you would have a good chance to beat Canelo, man. I really did, man, because I believe Billy Joe movement. If you go back to Canelo in his best performance that I've seen him fight, and that was against David Lemieux. I know that was a couple years ago, man. I know Billy Joe, you know, has looked like, you know, a piece of lately. You know what I'm saying? But that was his best performance. And I felt that if that Billy Joe Saunders could have somehow made his way to the United States for this Canelo Alvarez fight, then, you know, Billy Joe may have a chance. You know what I'm saying? But now with all this coming out, man, I'm starting to believe that Billy Joe don't believe that he could beat Canelo. You know, I think that he's looking for a way out. And if that's the case, man, it's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. And it also could be some mind game tactics, man, to get up under Canelo's skin. You know what I'm saying? To get up under his skin and, you know, try to make him upset. You know, he hang with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, if you remember, made a big thing about the ring mat, the ring canvas, in the fight with Vladimir Klitschko. He said it was too springy or something. It was too mushy, and he didn't like that. You know what I mean? So I believe that he threatened to pull out that fight if they did not come to an agreement about that. So I think, you know, Tyson Fury's in his ear. You know what I'm saying? Tell him he can make demands. And if you really look at the situation, Canelo is like, he's in a tight spot here. Eddie Hearn's in a tight spot. Everybody's in a tight spot because if Billy Joe pulls out this fight, then everything that they worked on, you know, during the build-up to this fight is all for naught. You know what I'm saying? A lot of money will be out the drain. A lot of people will be out of money. A lot of people will be unhappy. I think that, you know, no promoter should ever give Billy Joe Saunders a shot if somehow he was to pull out this fight. You know what I mean? And I believe he's a big enough asshole to do it. You know, I believe he's a big enough asshole to do it. We'll see, man. We'll see, man. I was listening to an interview yesterday with Danny Jacobs, man. Danny Jacobs, if y'all remember, you know, once he you know, he was like Billy Joe. He was begging for the Canelo Alvarez fight. Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. He finally got picked, and all of a sudden, no Andre Rozier after that. You know what I mean? He didn't want to pay Rozier his cut. You know, they fell out after that because Danny Jacobs did not pay him. You know, now he tried to clean it up on the Last Stand podcast, talking about how, you know, it was miscommunication and this and that. No, it wasn't no miscommunication, man. You got big-headed. You knew that Canelo Alvarez was going to be a really, really large check with a lot of O's, and you couldn't see yourself giving that money to Andre Rozier, the guy that helped you to get where you made it to, the guy that calls you son. You know what I'm saying? Said you're like a son to him. You know, the guy that stood in your corner when his other fighter, Sergey Derevyanchenko, went up against you. He chose you. He chose to sit in your corner, Daniel Jacobs. And as soon as you got that big money check, man, you cut him out the picture. Well, anyway, he said he talked to him and they somewhat reconciled and are working on their relationship. And when asked about will Andre Rozier be in his corner in the future, Daniel Jacobs said, "You never know what the future holds, man." He want to get back to the grassroots of things, and the grassroots of things is, Andre Rozier and those guys in that gym, man. So more than likely, we'll see Dre and Danny back together. He said before that interview, they got so much on good terms before that interview. He said that Dre had texted him saying, "You better hurry up, man. You late for that interview. Get on there." You know what I'm saying? So the relationship is, back solid, it seems. So, I thought that would be a little bit of news that you can use, So we'll see, man. We'll see what's up with that, man. Floyd Mayweather, he was on $1 million worth of games. Shout out to Gilly the Kid and the boy Wallow from Philly, PA, PA stand up. I didn't listen to the whole interview, but I'm going to get back to that and, we'll chop that up and talk about that, man. Other than that, man, I'm going to just, keep my ears glued to the tube and see what's up with this boxing news. I ain't get to talk to y'all about Andy Ruiz. I hear a lot of people, taking shots at Andy Ruiz, man. I thought Andy looked good, man. You know what I mean? I thought he looked good. It's just that a lot of people were sleeping on Areola, including myself. Areola came to fight, man. He was in rare form. His last couple fights, he's been in rare form, man. Goosen got him on the right track, man. Got him focused, He's ready, man. He's showing up big time. You know what I mean? And he just was better than Andy Ruiz, and a lot of people, including myself, thought he would be. And, he was able to drop Andy. What round was that? I believe in the second round or something. And shocked the shit out of Andy, but Andy didn't panic. He was able to come back. He was hurt multiple times by Areola. And I think Areola was able to make the whole 12 rounds because, like after the fight, the post-fight press conference, Areola talked about how disciplined he was because he was worried about Andy Ruiz's power. He just kept talking about he had to respect Andy's power. And, he didn't get careless, he didn't get reckless because he was worried about that hot shit coming back. You know what I'm saying? So had he not been so worried about Andy's power, if he was the same Chris Areola who went in there and fought Adam Kwinoski, you know what I'm saying? I believe that Andy would have knocked him out. I believe he would have knocked him out because, in that fight he was taking more chances. In the fight with Ruiz, he didn't take as many chances because you're so worried about his power. You understand what I'm saying? I think Chris Areola, man, I think he's right now, I think he's a top 5 heavyweight. He's in the top 10 at least. You know what I'm saying? He looked good. If he just, he kept his hands up and, he was moving his head a little bit more than usual. He was very defensively responsible. And all that credit got to go to Joe Goosen, man. I think he's a very good, underrated trainer. You know what I mean? I know he ain't had a lot of champions, of recent years. But I think, he's a really good trainer, And the judges for that fight was terrible. They only gave him 1 round. You know what I mean? 1 round. Where do they do that at, man? Where they do that at? That was bullshit. That was crazy. Ariola had a right to be upset. You know, had a right to invite all of them to his private parts, man. He was heated. That was crazy, man. You know what I mean? He won way more than 1 round. I would give him 4 or 5 rounds, man. Easy. I would give him 4 rounds. And then you got the knockdown round. So, you know what I mean? That fight was a lot closer than the judges had it. You know what I mean? And it's a shame that, you know, in 2021, we still got to go through that, man. A fighter going there, you know, risking his health, risking his life, you know, putting everything on the line, man. And for the judges just to disregard all that, man, and just act like they don't recognize what some of these fighters are doing just because of the other fighter being the A side, is just crazy to me. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to me. It's sad, it's ignorant, and it's unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable. These referees got to be held accountable for their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They got to be held accountable for that, man. But listen, man, I don't know, man. I just think that, you know, something needs to happen, man. Something needs to happen where, you know, everybody could be on the up and up, man. Because, like I said, some people be dying in that ring, man. What was that, 2019 or was it? Yeah, I think it was 19 where we had all those deaths in you know, in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? More deaths than I can remember in recent years in 1 year, you know. And, you know, for these refs to do the things that they're doing is disrespectful for the sport. But listen, that's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. In the meantime, in the between time, stay blessed. And keep on supporting the sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I'll holler back.